Okay, welcome to Lesson 8, Part A of Youth by Isaac Asimov. Today's learning intention is to learn about characterization and to learn about narrative structure. And we know we'll be successful if we can explain what characterization is, we can give evidence that a character has developed in the story, and we can show an understanding of how stories are structured and what effect that has on the reader. So today we're going to be reading Chapter 9 in this part, and Chapter 10 in the Part B. So let's get started with Chapter 9. Let's get going. It was different looking at them as though they were people. As animals, they had been interesting. As people, horrible. Their eyes, which were neutral little objects before, now seemed to watch them with active malevolence. "They're making noises," said Slim in a whisper which was barely audible. "I guess they're talking or something," said Red. Funny that those noises which they had heard before had not had significance earlier. He was making no move toward them. Neither was Slim. The canvas was off, but they were just watching. The ground meat, Slim noticed, hadn't been touched. Slim said, "Aren't you going to do something? Aren't you? You found them. It's your turn now." "No, it isn't. You found them. It's your fault, the whole thing. I was watching." "You joined in, Slim. You know you did." "I don't care. You found them, and that's what I'll say when they come looking for us." Red said, "All right, for you." But the thought of the consequences inspired him anyway, and he reached for the cage door. Slim said, "Wait!" Red was glad to. He said, "Now what's biting you?" "One of them's got something on him that looks like it might be iron or something." "Where?" "Right there. I saw it before, but I thought it was just part of him. But if he's people, maybe it's a disintegrator gun." "What's that?" "I read about it in the books from before the wars. Mostly people with spaceships have disintegrator guns. They point them at you, and you get disintegrated." "They didn't point it at us until now." Red pointed at Red with his heart not quite in it. "I don't care. I'm not hanging around here and getting disintegrated. I'm getting my father." "Carroty cat, yellow carroty cat." "I don't care. You can call me all the names you want, but if you bother them now, you'll get disintegrated. You wait and see, and it'll be all your fault." He made for the narrow spiral stairs that led to the main floor of the barn, stopped at its head, then backed away. Red's mother was moving up, panting a little with the exertion, and smiling a tight smile for the benefit of Slim and his capacity as guest. "Red? You Red? Are you up there? Now don't try to hide. I know this is where you're keeping them. Cook saw where you ran with the meat." Red quavered, "Hello, Ma." "Now show me those nasty animals. I'm going to see to it that you get rid of them right away." It was over, and despite the imminent corporal punishment, Red felt something like a load fall from him. At least the decision was out of his hands. "Right there, Ma. I didn't do anything to them, Ma. I didn't know. They looked like little animals, and I thought you'd let me keep them, Ma. I wouldn't have taken the meat, only they wouldn't eat grass or leaves, and we couldn't find good nuts or berries, and Cook never lets me have anything, or I would have asked her, and I didn't know it was for lunch, and..." He was speaking on the sheer momentum of terror, and did not realize that his mother did not hear him, but with eyes frozen and popping at the cage, was screaming in thin, piercing tones. Okay, so slightly intense ending to that chapter, but luckily you get to go straight on to the next chapter, find out what Red's mum's going to do in Chapter 10. See you in Part B.